Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. I'm here in Gold Canyon in Arizona. I was invited to this celebration, and I'd like to have my host and his charming wife tell us a little bit about themselves and why we're having a celebration this evening. Would you please introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name's Bob Moore, and this is my wife Kathy. And we're at our home, and our friend Mickey Booth wanted to do a celebration for Mr. Trump because of his victory, and we were very excited to be involved in that. And so we had many special people invited to be here tonight, one of which is Gabe. I'm a retired firefighter. I worked for 29 years and retired, and we moved out here to Gold Canyon, Arizona, a place that we really love. But about 8 years ago, we got really worried about our country. And at that time, I started getting political and very involved. At that time, I started out on Twitter, and I got very vocal on Twitter, stating things that I thought were true, talking about the criteria of our elected president. And it evolved from there to where I became a precinct committeeman for the Republican Party. I became a precinct captain. I got more involved later on and became the president of the Arizona Republican Assembly. And that led to more and more work, to where when Mr. Trump decided he was going to run for president, I really believed he was the guy, and I believed he was the only outsider that could come into politics and make a difference in our country. And so tonight, we started out this as a Mr. Trump event, but then we have many other special people that are involved with the birth certificate and the investigation with the cold case posse, and they will be here tonight too. And so we're quite excited to be around all of these special people.
Who's coming that other people might know? I know you know all your friends, but is there someone that is sort of unique with respect to having his name out there in the public domain?
Well, I'm going to say that, you know, all these people here tonight are special people. They're great Americans that have really put their heart into caring for our country and trying to make a difference. But there's one fellow to me that stands above and beyond and has really put his personal safety in harm's way to make a difference, and that's investigator and Sheriff Mike Zullo with the cold case posse and the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department.
So he'll be here this evening, and we'll be able to probably do another video with both you, your charming wife, and Mike.
That would be wonderful.
Now, I understand you've met the president-elect personally, is that correct?
I have.
Could you tell us a little bit about your interaction with him?
Well, I was not able to see Mr. Trump a lot. I was able to be close to him a lot. I was at all of his rallies except the one in Prescott. Kathy volunteered and was at many of them working hard. So we worked at the counter with people coming in. We were able to be on the Hannity show.
Yes.
You were on the Hannity show, very nice.
In the background with Mr. Trump and Sean Hannity. And Sean Hannity is just a wonderful man. He took time with Kathy and took his picture with her and talked to her for a while.
He did. He was very, very kind.
He likes pretty women.
Yeah. And so we did many of those, but then I got requested to drive, and maybe that's because of my experience in the fire service. So I worked with the Secret Service, and I drove in Mr. Trump's motorcade many times. And in one of those motorcades, twice I drove his director of security, Keith, a really serious, powerful man. And you've probably seen him on all the shows. He's standing near or next to Mr. Trump, and we've actually seen him on television tackling to take people, protesters down. He's a good guy. But on the way back in the car, he says, "Bob, you're a good guy. You're going to meet Mr. Trump." He says, "You pay attention to me." He says, "And listen to exactly what I say." And about 5 minutes later, we pulled up in this Suburban, following Mr. Trump's car. We pulled up under the wings of the aircraft. He goes, "Get out. It's happening now." Doors flew open. We walk up. I shook hands with the pilot of the aircraft.
The aircraft meaning the Trump plane, not just any aircraft.
This is the most remarkable, beautiful airplane I've ever stood near. It's just beautiful. And so I got to talk to the pilot for a moment, and then Mr. Trump came out of his car, and he was just about 10 feet away. And he walked up, Keith introduced me to him, and he said to me, I said to him, I said, Mr. Trump, it's important for me to tell you something. He says, what's that? I said, Mr. Trump, you're very important to me. You're very important to my family and all of my friends. I said, I feel like you are the last chance to make a difference in this country before we lose the America that we've always known. And he looked at me and stood back. He says, I am the last chance, aren't I? I said, yeah, you are.
Thank you very much for your information. You're a unique couple, and you're very fortunate to have been able to do all that you've done for Donald and with Donald. Thanks again.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thank you.